All right, guys. I have another story for you here. This is a story out of this is out of Tucker Carlson's YouTube channel, I believe. It's this a military vet. I think he was helping over in Gaza. He's basically talking about the atrocities that he's seen in Gaza. I haven't seen the whole thing or watched the whole video with Tucker Carlson. I just saw a little piece of this video on X and thought I'd just get my full reaction to it. I'll probably give out my other reactions to it on X later when I watch that. But when I watch the full thing, but from the little bit I've seen, I mean it's utterly ridiculous, and we need to stop funding this state. It's atrocious what they're doing to these kids, man. But yeah, I've seen like the first minute or so. I'm just gonna watch the whole 6 minutes 20 seconds with you guys and see what I think of it.
His name is Amir.
Oh, let's start again.
This young little boy. His name is Amir. I know that because when he walked over from the crowd of people, he walked toward me. There was two of us standing there, two UG Solutions guards standing in that area, and he was walking towards us, and we thought maybe he was hurt or maybe he was asking for some more food because all he had in his arms was a small bag of rice, half a bag of flour, some lentils that he had picked up from the ground. He didn't have much, and we thought maybe he was asking for more food or maybe he was hurt, and we notioned him over, and he came up and he extends his right hand at us, and so I kind of walked up to him and waved him over, and the guy standing next to me, this young boy, holds his hand and he kisses it, and then he comes to me and he holds my hand and he kisses it. In Arab culture, that is a very significant sign of respect. That's not.
Guys, we have kids kissing people's hands for food, for basic food needs. I mean, when you hear stuff about this out of the Gaza Strip, I mean, it just breaks your heart, really. That's why I know I release a lot of videos about the Gaza war, but it's really, I feel like I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I know I'm only 23 and we've had wars before, but it doesn't seem like anything's ever been like this, where it's just obvious starvation. Even United States against Iraq, we let food into the war zone there. I mean, it's just so clear at this point. I don't know how anybody can't see.
Not something that should be taken lightly or something that should be. That's a big sign of respect, and we were taken aback by that. The gentleman that was standing next to me was also a military veteran, combat veteran, so he's been to Afghanistan and Iraq, and he understand. He was moved by it. He was touched. I was touched. And as he was standing there, we were both looking at him, and he was very emaciated. He had no shoes on. His pants were tattered. He had a kind of a rope or string holding his pants up. Filthy. Probably hasn't bathed in months. Probably hasn't eaten in days. And oh, by the way, when they walk 8 to 12 kilometers to get to these sites, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation mechanism provides no water. Zero. Not a single bottle. Because it's too expensive. Distributing water weighs so much that it breaks down the profit per cost per truck. That's a fact. Because I asked why.
Too much. It costs too much, guys. I don't know how many miles 8 to 12 kilometers is. Let's just do 10 kilometers. Let me look it up. Jesus, I couldn't spell there for a second. I'm not gonna lie, but 6 miles, guys, on average, what's coming out of Tony here. 6 miles to walk with no water. I know I can't do it, bro. I mean, like, and if they keep having to make that trip, 6 miles no water until you get there, and then 6 miles back, and then you have no water. And then if you get there, maybe they don't give out the aid. That's ridiculous. And these are children, guys. You see in that video, it's like, I mean, that kid had to have been like, he probably looked like 10 or so. I mean, like, It's just so bad over there. It's crazy, man.
And I was given a lesson in it. This is why. It's too expensive. So we give them no water. All of their food, by the way, requires water to cook it. Rice, lentils, beans, flour. You gotta have water. So what we're giving them, I don't know how they're eating it, but he's standing there, and I put my arm on his right, on his left shoulder, and I look at him, and I can feel the bones in his shoulder. I can feel the weakness in his arm. I can feel the vulnerability. I can feel the desperation. And I look at him, and I got down on my knees, where I'm looking at him in the eyes, and then I say to him, I said, "People care. America cares. You're not going to be forgotten. People in the world care." And he doesn't speak English, and I don't speak Arabic. But the connection we had in looking at each other, he felt, he felt for the first time in a long time that there was someone that cared. And I got down on a knee, and he came in to his level, and the items he had in his hand, he sets them down on the ground, and he raises his hands, and they're small, fragile. You can see bones sticking, just the bones through the skin. And he places his hands on my face, and he kissed me. And he looked at me in the eyes, and he says, "Thank you." He said it in English. "Thank you." Like, people are starving in Gaza. People are dying in Gaza. These children that are starving and dying, these these children, you know, they look like everyday Americans. This child is picking up noodles off the ground with his bare hands because there was no food left. So he's picking up noodles to put into his backpack.
I just want to pause it there for a second. You can see his hands shaking, and if you don't feel like my whole body is just my hairs are standing up. You can if you can't feel some type of way seeing these pictures, um, saying that he has to pick up noodles off the ground, and then just think of Israel. These people want you to think, oh, these people have a Hamas ideology. These 8, 9, 10-year-old kids walking 6 miles a day, really thinking about how they can kill Jews. No, they're thinking about how they can eat tomorrow. How their mom is going to eat tomorrow. How their dad's going to eat tomorrow. How their friends are going to eat tomorrow. Are they going to be alive tomorrow? Or are they going to starve to death tomorrow? That's what they're thinking of. They're not thinking of, oh, I gotta get these Jews right now. Like, no, bro. And these people are shooting them when they're going to go get food. Look at them. They're no threat already. Like, like this is insane. And anybody pushing that, when you hear excuses for Israel, it's just, you're done for me already. Just like that, especially if you have power. That Democratic senator the other day, trying to make excuses. John Fetterman, always siding with Israel. It's just no room for that, to be honest.
Amir goes back to the main group, and he goes out the exit. We had a very strict protocol that they come in a certain way, get the aid, and then they go out a certain way. From the way they came in, it takes them back to the way they came in. The exit takes them back that same way. So they enter from the Morag corridor, they go south, they go through the station, they exit, and they go north to the Morag corridor. So coming in and going out, they're tied right back into the active combat zone. Site number 2 particularly is a little bit different than the other sites because it's in between site 1 and 2, and there's an IDF combat outpost just off the corner of SDS-2. So there's a berm that lines that road going out. So if people are leaving the exit and someone is on the east side of the berm shooting into the crowd over here, you can't see what's on the other side of that berm because of the obscuration, the field of fire. So the IDF are shooting at the crowd that's leaving. As the crowd left and they would hit the Morag corridor to go west, the IDF would shoot at them, shoot at their feet, shoot over their head. We would shoot at them, shoot at their feet, shoot over their head, shoot into the air.
Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that the end? Oh, no. Oh. Some ad.
The air. And the bullets start hitting off the ground. There's video of this. It's on the BBC video. Hitting off the ground, see dirt flying up, and
And what is the point of this, guys? This is a humanitarian site. There's no Hamas or anything. They're just shooting on the ground for what? Maybe he gets into that in the interview, and I need to see the whole interview. But I mean, this is a humanitarian site, like he says. People come in and they have to exit the other way, and then when they exit, they're just the IDF is spraying into the crowd or at their feet. Yeah, I don't know how much I believe it of that at this point of Israel's lies, but I mean, they have nothing better to do. They're just posted up at humanitarian sites when they're of starving people and shooting at their feet. Maybe, like I said, he gets more into that. But from here, from what I just heard, that is disgusting and honestly what I expect of Israel at this point.
I was still on the site. I was below the berm. It was the second time we had done distribution. So when I heard the gunfire kick off, the automatic machine gun fire, I thought we were under attack. I thought something had happened. So I ran up to the southern berm and I laid down to take cover. I'm observing and I'm looking, and I see the shooting keep going on, like just the rap and Palestinians dropping on the side of the road. So Amir didn't make it home. He walked 12 kilometers to get some food, picked up scraps off the ground. That's all that was left because the 8-minute mayhem took all of the food, and by the time he got there, walking with no shoes, hungry and tired, the only thing left for him was to pick up some remnants off the ground. And when he left, he was killed by the IDF. Why? Because they lack discipline, they lack standards, and they lack basic human decency.
I think he has the wrong idea there. I mean, I think we know why they're killing. Well, at least I have a good idea why they're killing people. That's the end of the video. But we're at a humanitarian site, guys. There's no threats or anything. If there was Hamas, they'd try to be killing him and the people giving out food. But no, it's just regular people, these starving kids, starving just everyday people in Gaza. And after they get the food, they come out and they're getting shot by the IDF soldiers. Why? Probably because of probably to push their propaganda that Hamas is shooting, and they're gonna blame the shootings on Hamas somehow. That's the exact reason they won't let journalists in. Imagine if they let journalists in and they saw the shootings. You would hear stories like this all the time. That's why everybody wanted to hear journalists into the Gaza Strip, and they don't want to let journalists in because you'd hear stories like this, horrific stories like this. They ran out of aid, so I think his name was Amir, the child that died. He had to pick up noodle scraps, and then when he leaves, he gets shot by the IDF. So I mean, like, they're just, this is horrible. They're trying to blame all this stuff on Hamas, and this is just not going. And I mean, it's the closest thing to Nazi Germany I've seen. I think I have to say it. I mean, the starvation. I mean, they're saying we're gonna kill them one way or another. If they have to draw them in with food, and then after they get the food, they shoot them. So they're either die of starvation or we'll kill them trying to leave with food. So I mean, how the senator, when we went over the video the other day, she was talking about that there's no military action, there's no bombs anymore, and that's because they're under heat of the world. Seeing them bomb stuff about a year ago, everybody saw it. It's horrific. Why are they bombing Gaza? They're just bombing the rubble, bombing the hospitals, and not only there's just nothing to bomb anymore. I feel like they're trying to hide it now to where they'll say, "Oh, there's no more bombs. We're not bombing anymore." But now they're starving all the people, and then they're trying to group all the people up to go get the food. And then when they actually show up after they leave, they're just spraying at the crowd. And he says they're spraying at their feet, but I mean, like, how can I believe that? There's so many lies out of the Gaza Strip from Israel, and they won't let journalists in. I mean, I can't believe any of that. And this is, you can tell this is coming from a genuine part of me. There's just no way I can support Israel, and whoever's not supporting this is who I support now. I just can't do it anymore. You see this out of some Republicans too. Marjorie Taylor Greene saying it's a genocide. She doesn't want to support any of it anymore, and I'm definitely in that camp. And I think more Americans are definitely coming to that realization. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys on that one. Hopefully we get those kids to stop being killed here soon, man, because it's horrific. Yeah, we'll see you guys.